The Mario series has had some very interesting enemies over time, but at the same time, they've had some very weird ones. And today, we're not only looking at the weird ones, but we're looking at the ones that were absolutely disgusting. These enemies were just gross for some reason, and lots of these are bosses, which makes it even worse, that you have to fight these guys for so long, because they were just nasty. But today, we're not only standing in the main Mario franchise, we're going within the Paper Mario games, the Mario and Luigi games, and even Luigi's Mansion will be included on this list, and games such as Yoshi could also appear. But before we get started, make sure you stop right now, like the video, and subscribe if you guys are new to stay up to date on all things Nintendo, and also hit that notification bell so you can absolutely make sure that you stay up to date. But without further ado, let's get into the list of the top 20 most disgusting creatures within the Mario franchise. Coming in at number 20 from New Super Mario Bros. On the original DS, we have the Balloon Boo. Now this doesn't start off that disgusting yet, we had to start somewhere, and this Boo is really just kind of nasty. He sucks up all the fog and smoke and dust that's all over the screen, and then almost toots it out behind him in order for him to move forward and deflate. It's kind of weird, and I think it's more weird than disgusting, but it definitely is nasty, and it's just not practical. Like, what, is he farting smoke? Number 19 from Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, we have the Smorg. Now, they're more fuzzy, cute creatures at first until they start piling up on each other and creating crazy colossal creatures, and it can actually be quite creepy and kind of gross. They just kind of swarm you and grab you and just take you into their little army, and then you're like drowning with inside them, and they capture all of Mario's friends and you have to let them free, and it's just kind of gross how they move. They make a little squiggly sound as they move, and they also can transform into different creatures, which is just a nasty little approach. It's more creepy once again, but I promise you we'll get into more disgusting things as the list goes on. For number 18, we have the Blarg. Now, normally this creature isn't so bad in Mario games, but oh my gosh, in Yoshi's story, it's terrifying. This thing just looks gross. He's got like lava snot hanging from him. He just looks absolutely disgusting and terrifying, and I just absolutely hate the design of this creature. This thing just jumps in and out of the lava trying to swoop Yoshi up as he's traveling across bones over the fire, but it doesn't take long for you to see this guy's face and instantly cringe because it is disgusting looking. Number 17, we have Glam from Super Mario Galaxy 2. This is some type of giant rodent thing that you have to ground pound underneath her in order to flip her over. And she's pretty nasty. She can spit out all types of lava things all over the stage in order to block you, and even cover the grates in her own spit lava as well. And it's just kind of gross the way she moves around. She makes lots of jiggle pop sounds and just shoots out all this lava out of her mouth, and it's really just kind of gross the way she moves around and the way she handles things. Coming in at number 16, we have Chef Cockatiel, which is a giant bird cockatiel that is apparently making some type of stew at the top of the peak of Mount Albano. And it's all fine and dandy until you realize how the stew was actually made and kind of where this lava is coming from. Yes, in fact, it's coming from the mouth of the bird. It's literally throwing up into the soup to make the soup. It's absolutely disgusting. So all those chunks are just chunks of backwash from the bird. Oh, and it doesn't stop there. In order to defeat the thing, you have to swim up a stream of its throw up in order to jump on its head. What? It's literally spewing into the soup. Number 15, we have Tubba Blubba from Paper Mario 64. Now, this character is creepy and nasty in both ways. For one, it's a giant, weird-looking turtle that is very lazy, very big, very stinky-looking, and just eats ghosts. That's already disgusting. But on top of that, you have to fight his cold, dry heart in a windmill before you fight him. Yes, you literally have to fight his heart before fighting the actual stinky, gooey creature. And the creature is actually a very nice creature. He's just kind of consumed by this evil heart, but once you defeat the heart, he's a-okay, because that's how hearts work. Number 14, we have the Lungefish from the Yoshi's Island series. This fish is just gross to the T. It even looks gross. It has hairs all over it. It has moles and freckles and just looks absolutely disgusting. Not against anybody with moles and freckles, but I mean, like, look at this fish. I guarantee you no one that's watching this video right now looks like this fish. I hope not. God, I really do. But anyways, this fish is terrifying and creepy, and it's not as big as it gets later on in other iterations of the Yoshi's Island franchise. For instance, in Yoshi's Woolly World, this thing is even bigger. In fact, they use things like bobby pins and things to kind of show the hair and the moles and stuff poking out of it, and even like thumbtacks and stuff, as it's kind of like an arts and craft design. But even if it's cute in arts and crafts and all that, it doesn't hide the fact that this creature is hideous. Shoot, for a game about cute Yoshi's on here a lot, and these creatures just don't get any better. Don Bongo is literally some type of creature in the bottom of some type of trash chute where there's paper everywhere and he just makes fart and burp sounds everywhere he goes. It's just kind of disgusting, and you can just tell this guy definitely reeks. He drops trash from the ceiling in order to hit Yoshi, as he's literally just a giant trash monster. Literally, he's a trash monster, and you have to hit him in his lips in order to make him die, which is just nasty and gross as his lips get all pus-filled and big and pink and red. I'm so descriptive, I'm sorry. Not to mention his giant pulsing belly button that sticks out the entire time. Oh, and seriously, this guy is on lipo mode. For number 12, we had the Piranha Plorp from Bowser's Inside Story. Now, this creature could pretty much go in the same category as every enemy within this game. Since they all take place within Bowser's body, they're all kind of gross. But this is a literal piranha plant inside Bowser's body. Yes, and this thing has all kinds of toxins and things inside of it, and it spits it out at the bros either through his mouth or through the roots in his head. Before he attacks, you can see the poison kind of go up through its like long stem or throat, whatever you want to say it is, and it's just kind of gross looking, and it just spews all types of poison at the bros, and even can fog the room with its own poison. It's just a nasty piranha plant inside the body of Bowser. That's just gross. Coming in at number 11, we have Elder Shroob, which is the older sister of the Princess Shroob, and she's just this crazy alien invader, but she's very gross. She also burps up poisons and throws things at the bros and spits things out at the bros, but it's not until she gets her second form when you really realize this woman is disgusting. She turns into this giant squid, weird octopus hybrid creature, and she has tentacles everywhere, and you can actually like break her tentacles and just like leave her armless and legless into just this corpse of just a head and body, which is just absolutely disgusting looking, and she's just nasty. And not even including the fact that she turns into a mushroom after the battle that Bowser eventually eats and gets haunted by her ghostly nasty spirit, and it's just a weird situation, and she's just nasty. But before we move on to the final 10, I want to thank today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. Explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in creativity. There are pretty much classes for any type of person out there, such as foreign language, graphic design, and even classes that help you better your videos for YouTube. In fact, I'm using that class right now, taught by Michael Backstrom, to learn all the in and outs of YouTube and how to better my videos and make editing a lot more easier for me and for you guys. Skillshare is curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads and they're always launching new premium classes, as you can stay focused and follow wherever your creativity takes you, and it's less than $10 a month with an annual subscription. But did I mention the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a free trial of premium membership, so you can explore your creativity for free. Stop what you're doing, pause the video, and click on the link and try Skillshare for free, because time, after all, is what you make of it. Thanks again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Coming in at number 10, we have the Malabuts from Superstar Saga. These are undersea sleeping squids that just sleep on a pillow. Nothing wrong with that, right? Their pillow's kind of rock hard, but besides that, there's nothing really wrong with them. They're just sleeping. Well, that is until the fact that they get a little bit gassy while they're sleeping. Yes, they will fart gas bubbles at the bros, and they'll have to either jump over them or hit them with their hammer, and it's just kind of gross. They're like these undersea squid that are sleeping and just sleep farting on the bros. They're legit farts, and they even make fart sounds. Number 9, we have the Urban Sting Bee from Super Mario Odyssey. When you first get into New Donk City, you'll see these little larvas crawling all over the ground, and they'll instantly transform into a fly, and they are absolutely disgusting. It's based on New York City streets, which is pretty self-explanatory there, but you know what? These things are just gross, and they're based off of real-life fly larva that's just pretty much automatically transforming into a fly right before your eyes. It's actually disgusting. There's nothing really creative about these creatures, and they're literally just fly larvae crawling across the ground, and when Mario gets near, turning into a fly and trying to sting him, which is just unbelievable. Don't worry, we get to turn into Sherm and blast them off the streets. Oh, you thought we were done with Yoshi's Island. Yeah, that's funny. Number 8, we have Sludgy the Unshaven. Now, like I said, Yoshi's Island bosses are so bizarre. I mean, literally, there's a turtle that coughs up eggs. Listen, we're just getting started. In fact, we have to fight Sludgy, which is a giant, gooey booger with hairs? It's really not even confirmed what this thing is, but throughout the dungeon, you'll come across these little sludgy creatures and like the babies of the big sludge, and you'll come across the big mama sludge, and it's just this nasty, gooey thing with hair, and it has just like this saddened, weird look to him where he doesn't like smile or frown or anything. He's just like trying to slowly run over Yoshi or something. I don't know. And then you have to hit the eggs through the goo and hit his heart, which is just like transparent, and you can see through its body and look at its like hairy, stitched up heart. It's just gooey, nasty, and gross. I don't even know what this thing, I don't even know if Nintendo knows what this thing is. Coming in at number 7, we have Shunned or Slurp Guy from Paper Mario Color Splash. These guys are just weird. Their whole point of the game is to slurp the color off of Mario. I kid you not. They run around with straws, and their attack is literally just running up to Mario and slurping him. Look at them, they're slurping a lemon. But yeah, it's just pretty disgusting that they just run up to Mario and just start trying to slurp him. I can't even say this anymore. But then it gets even weirder and even more gross, more scary than gross, but weird, because the Shun guy transforms into some type of like zombie evil creature that crawls across the ground and folds himself up in a weird way. Yeah. Coming in at number 6, we have Tarantox. Tarantox might just be a giant space spider from Super Mario Galaxy, but he's a pretty nasty one. Not only does he have 3 eyes, but he shoots out goop at Mario like crazy, and you have to bust open his pulsating parts of his body, which just aren't any type of clean. I mean, these things shoot out pus and goo whenever Mario hits them, and he flips over and has 3 more calluses or whatever these bumps are on his stomach that you have to bust open as well. Not to mention there's a giant one on his butt also, and they shoot out green pus and goop all the time, not only out of his mouth, but out of all of his different appendages. Coming in at number 5, we have Turble from Super Paper Mario. I guarantee most of you guys probably don't remember this one, even if you played the game. Yes, there is a floating pair of butt cheeks. I'm not kidding. It's a pair of butt cheeks that farts at you, and different ones have different effects. One can make Mario fall asleep, one can poison him because it's a gaseous fart, and one can freeze him. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Their floating butt cheeks is nothing much else to say. Coming in at number 4, we have Mimi from Super Paper Mario. Yes, another Super Paper Mario character, and Mimi is this nice, cute little girl that doesn't do anything wrong, of course. No, she's a lie. She transforms into a creepy, hideous spider, and it's disgusting. Her neck spins around and her head does like 360s, and you can hear cracking sounds, and she turns into this icky yicky giant creepy crab spider hybrid creature that has different parts of her body still attached, and it is just an absolutely horrific scene. Not only is it just scary, it's very gross from the sounds and everything that she makes. I do not like it. Not to mention you fight her in a bathroom. Coming in at number 3, we have Eely Mouth from Super Mario Sunshine. This whole boss is very disgusting. It's a giant eel that's tied to another eel to make one big eel, and its mouth is very dirty. Yes, it needs to go to the dentist, and Mario is that dentist with FLUDD cleaning off the cavity-filled teeth underwater already. Yes, you have to squirt high pressurized water at the teeth in order to wash off all the cavities, and it's absolutely disgusting. It opens its mouth, you can see all the funky goo come out from his teeth, and when you finally clean off a tooth, it rots and slowly seeps out of his gums, out of his mouth, and floats throughout the water, and can even hit Mario and do damage. It's just an absolutely disgusting boss. Number 2, we have Mr. Lugs from Luigi's Mansion. Mr. Lugs is a big dude that likes to scarf down spaghetti, and he's got ghost butlers and people bringing him spaghetti all the time, and Luigi can choose to be rude and suck it up. But he's eating his spaghetti with just bare hands, throwing it all over his mouth. His mouth is dripping with food all over the place, all over his napkin, his shirt, the table, everywhere. And if Luigi takes all the spaghetti, Mr. Lugs gets upset. He starts spitting all types of fireballs at Luigi, which is kind of weird. I don't know if it's exactly fireballs or fire hot spaghetti meatballs or just spaghetti sauce, but he's spitting it all over the room and all over Luigi as well. And he's just dripping all over the place. Not to mention when Luigi tries to capture him, he's dragging all that drippage and disgustingness around the room, touching everything. Mr. Lugs is really just not COVID friendly. And coming in at our number 1 spot for the nastiest creature in the Mario franchise is Bowletta. Now, this comes in starting off as Cackletta herself. She's this crazy bean creature that likes to go around and make havoc and just cause chaos for everybody. And it isn't until she loses to the bros halfway through the game until she does the unthinkable. She takes Fawful, her minion, to resurrect herself by implanting her soul into the body of Bowser. From this exchange, Bowser pretty much turns into Cackletta and has some features of Bowser still left, but also features of Cackletta, which is also a female character in this game. You catch where I'm going with this? So this is what you get. You have this monstrosity that is formed, and it gives Bowser a rack. This is without a doubt the most weirdest character, but definitely also the most disgusting. It just does not fit, and I don't understand how in the world Nintendo let this happen, and it's just nasty. And it just gets even worse because you actually get sucked into Bowletta's body, and you have to fight Cackletta's spirit while inside Bowser's stomach, I guess? This is just a weird thing. Why are you fighting a spirit in Bowser's stomach? This should be on the most weird bosses list, but at the end of the day, it's still disgusting, it's gross. Bowser has a chest. I don't like it. And that concludes the top 20 most disgusting creatures within the Mario universe. Guys, if I left anything out or any other characters or bosses out, let me know in the comments down below. And if you think one of these was a lot worse than the other, go ahead and let me know as well. I don't think many people are going to disagree the fact that Bowser had some personality change. But with that said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you guys are new to stay up to date on all things Nintendo all the time. And like always, I will see you all on the next one. See you guys.